గ్రెగరీ పెక్ ఈయన హాలీవుడ్ లో ఒకప్పుడు మంచి ఐకానిక్ స్టార్, మంచి ఎమోషనల్. ఈయన ది గన్స్ ఆఫ్ నవరోన్ అనే సినిమాలోను 1960s లో వచ్చింది, చాలా బాగుంటుంది. తర్వాత మెకానాస్ గోల్డ్ అని ఒక సూపర్ హిట్ సినిమా, తర్వాత ఓమెన్ అని వచ్చిన తర్వాత వీటిలో నటించారు. తర్వాత ఈయనకి ఆస్కార్ అవార్డు ఒకసారి, తర్వాత గోల్డెన్ అవార్డు సంథింగ్ ఏదో వచ్చింది. తర్వాత ఈయన నటనలో ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే ఆయన పాత్ర సమాజానికి ఏదో సందేశం పంపిస్తుంది అనమాట. ఇంత గొప్ప నటుడికి కూడా ఎన్నో కష్టాలు ఉన్నాయి. ఆయన యుఎస్ లో పుట్టారు, కాలిఫోర్నియా దగ్గర ఏదో ఊరు, అదేదో పల్లెటూరు మన. తర్వాత అక్కడ నుంచి వీళ్ళ ఫాదర్ ఫార్మసిస్ట్, వైఫ్ హౌస్ వైఫ్. తర్వాత వీళ్ళిద్దరు విడిపోయారు. తర్వాత తల్లిదండ్రులు వ్యవహారం తీసుకున్నప్పుడే అప్పటికి ఆయనకి 10 ఏళ్ళు. మెంటల్ గా పెద్ద ట్రామా బాధపడ్డాడు. తర్వాత ఈయన్ని ఒక గ్రాండ్ మదర్ పెంచింది. ఈ గ్రాండ్ మదర్ ఈయన పక్కన సినిమా హాల్ ఒకటి ఉండేది, వెళ్ళేవాళ్ళు. అప్పటి నుంచి వాళ్ళ గ్రాండ్ మదర్ ఇన్స్పైర్ చేసేది, నువ్వు కూడా యాక్టర్ అయితే బాగుంటుంది. సరే అక్కడి నుంచి ఆయన స్కూల్లో చేరాడు. తర్వాత ఆర్మీ అకాడమీ చేరాడు. చేరిన తర్వాత ఆయన దురదృష్టం వల్ల గ్రాండ్ మదర్ చనిపోయింది. సరే ఆయనకి ఎవరికి చూడలేరు కదా, అందుకని ఆయన వాళ్ళ ఫాదర్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళాడు. తర్వాత ఏమైందో తెలియదు. తర్వాత ఆయన మెడికల్ స్కూల్లో చేద్దామని చేరి, తర్వాత ఆయనకి ప్యాషన్ టువర్డ్స్ యాక్టింగ్ ఉంది. సో దాంట్లో హాలీవుడ్ మీద ఫోకస్ చేసి అటు వెళ్ళిపోయాడు. సో తర్వాత ఆయన పెళ్లి చేసుకున్నారు. ఆయన దురదృష్టం ఏంటంటే ఆయన 31 ఏళ్ల కుమారుడు జాన్ అనుకుంటా, ఆయన చనిపోయాడు 31 years. అది ఆయన లైఫ్ లో పెద్ద ట్రామా, అత్యంత విషాదమైందని ఆయన చెప్తాడు. తర్వాత ఈయన గన్స్ ఆఫ్ నవరోన్ అనే గొప్ప చిత్రం, తర్వాత మెకనాస్ గోల్డ్, ఇట్లాంటి పిక్చర్లు యాక్ట్ చేశాడు. ఇవన్నీ మేము చూసాం. అది 1960s లో అక్కడ తయారైంది హాలీవుడ్ లో. మెకనాస్ గోల్డ్ మంచి హిట్. అంటే ఏం లేదు, అది అందరూ గోల్డ్ అని ఒక కొండల్లో, పెద్ద కొండల్లో ఉంటది. దాని ఎక్స్ప్లోరేషన్ అంటారు కదా, అది దాన్ని అనుకోవటం కోసం అందరూ ఒక బృందాలుగా వెళ్తారు. గోల్డ్ దొరుకుతుంది. తర్వాత అక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చేటప్పుడు అదంతా భూకంపం లాగా వచ్చి పడిపోతుంది, వీళ్ళందరూ వెళ్ళిపోతారు. కొద్దిగా వీళ్ళకి గ్రెగరీ పెక్ కొంత గోల్డ్, ఉమర్ షరీఫ్ అని ఉన్నాడు, ఆడి వీళ్ళకి కొంత అలా పంచుకుంటారు అనమాట. అదే ఇవన్నీ ట్విస్టులు, మంచి సౌండ్ సిస్టమ్, స్టీరియో అన్నీ బాగుంటుంది మెకనాస్ గోల్డ్. తర్వాత ఈయనకి మ్యారేజ్ అయిన తర్వాత సెకండ్ మ్యారేజ్, మళ్ళీ ఫస్ట్ మ్యారేజ్ డైవర్స్ అయింది, సెకండ్ మ్యారేజ్ కూడా చేసుకున్నాడు. తర్వాత ఈయన చాలా మంచి సినిమాలు చేశారు హాలీవుడ్లో. ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఇంగ్లీష్ కామెంటరీలో నేను గన్స్ ఆఫ్ నవరోన్ ఒక ట్రైలర్, మెకనాస్ గోల్డ్ ఒక ట్రైలర్, తర్వాత ఆయన జీవితం గురించి స్టార్స్ రివైండ్ అనే ప్రోగ్రాంలో ఆయన గురించి చాలా సింపుల్ ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఒక చూడండి.
Greatest high adventures ever filmed. Yes, these were scenes from Guns of Navarone, universally acclaimed one of the greatest high adventures ever filmed. The men who fired those guns were star Gregory Peck, director J. Lee Thompson, and writer-producer Carl Foreman. And now these men have joined together again to create what we believe is an even greater screen adventure, McKenna's Gold. McKenna's Gold, based on the best-selling novel by Will Henry.
This is Will Henry speaking, and I'm happy to say I couldn't be more pleased about the way my book has been brought to the screen. McKenna's Gold is probably the most exciting novel I've ever written, and in the film, it's all there.
Carl Foreman's The Guns of Navarone. The greatest high adventure of our time. With a cast as exciting as the story it tells. Gregory Peck, David Niven, Anthony Quinn, Stanley Baker, Anthony Quayle, James Darren, Irene Pappas, Gia Scala, Alistair MacLean's best-selling novel lived to the hilt on the islands of the Aegean Sea.
This is Gregory Peck speaking, and I'd like to tell you something about The Guns of Navarone, because it's the most unusual film in which I've ever appeared. I play the role of Mallory, the man whose job it is to lead 6 expert cutthroats and saboteurs on a desperate and impossible mission.
Watch out! Audrey!
What makes it even more desperate and impossible is that some of us hate each other even more than we do the enemy.
That's a pretty good partner you've got there yourself.
He's going to kill me when the war is over.
You think that you've been getting away with it all this time, standing by. Well, son, your bystanding days are over. You're in it now, up to your neck. They told me that you're a genius with explosives. Start proving it. You got me in the mood to use this thing. And by God, if you don't think of something, I'll use it on you.
The Guns of Navarone is crowded with action and excitement, but it is even more than great adventure. Over and above its tremendous thrill, this is a story of human beings, each with his intense personal fears, his deep personal conflicts, each with his moments of triumph and tenderness. This is a story of unrivaled courage and suspense.
Help!
Give up quietly, gentlemen, unless you want a great many innocent people killed as well as yourselves.
Everybody stay exactly where you are. The party's over. Somebody's stepped on the cake, which means that there is a traitor in this room.
The Guns of Navarone, I promise you, is probably the most exciting film you will ever see.
The tragedy in my life was the loss of a son, a grown son, age 31. That was certainly the low point of my life.
Welcome to Stars Rewind. Gregory Peck, the epitome of classic Hollywood, known for his iconic roles as a man of integrity in To Kill a Mockingbird and Roman Holiday, may seem to the public as the embodiment of perfection, a star with unmatched charm and righteousness. But behind the strong exterior and resounding success, Peck's life was filled with profound tragedies, loss, and lingering sorrow. Amid the glitz of Hollywood, he had to struggle with family tragedies, from the instability of his childhood to the heartbreaking death of his son. What helped Gregory Peck stand firm in the face of such cruel trials of fate and transform himself into a symbol of compassion? Join us as we explore the deeply emotional and resilient journey of Gregory Peck, not only through his legendary roles, but also through those silent moments when he faced and overcame his own darkness. Early life. Gregory Peck was born on April 5, 1916, in La Jolla, California. He came from a family with a complex background. His father, Gregory Pearl Peck, was a pharmacist from Rochester, New York, with English and Irish ancestry, while his mother, Bernice May, Bunny, had English and Scottish roots. His mother converted to Catholicism to align with his father's beliefs, and it was in this environment that Peck was raised with traditional family values. However, behind the cozy facade of a middle-class family were underlying conflicts that a young boy like Gregory could not fully understand. Peck's childhood was turned upside down when his parents divorced when he was just 5 years old. Neither wanted custody, and young Gregory had to live with his grandmother, Catherine Ashe. It was his grandmother who introduced Peck to cinema, as they would go to the local movie theater together every weekend. These were the rare moments of peace in Peck's turbulent childhood, and it was also here that his dream of becoming part of the silver screen began to take root. However, the losses did not end there. While attending St. John's Military Academy, a Catholic military school in Los Angeles, his grandmother passed away. At this point, the 10-year-old Peck had to face loneliness and loss once again. He returned to San Diego to live with his father, but the emotional scars from these consecutive traumas caused Gregory to become more withdrawn, finding solace only in film stories. In 1934, Peck graduated from San Diego High School and decided to attend San Diego State Teachers College, where he joined the track team and became interested in public speaking and theater. This was the first time Gregory realized the power of his voice and his ability to connect with an audience, a quality that would later help him become one of the most beloved actors. In 1936, he transferred to the University of California, Berkeley, initially planning to study medicine. However, life at Berkeley changed Gregory's path. He gradually discovered his passion for acting after taking a public speaking class and being encouraged by Edwin Duer, the director of the school's Little Theater. Gregory Peck abandoned his medical studies and began his journey into the theater, despite the concerns of friends and family about his uncertain future. Gregory Peck left Berkeley and moved to New York to pursue his dream of becoming an actor. With little money in his pocket, he had to sleep in Central Park and take on odd jobs to make ends meet. Those difficult months forged Peck's perseverance, a trait that later helped him face life's and career's challenges, becoming the resilient icon that Hollywood will always remember. Early career. After arriving in New York with the dream of becoming an actor, Gregory Peck began his arduous journey to find his place in the world of theater. He enrolled at the Neighborhood Playhouse, where he was trained by Sanford Meisner, one of the masters of the acting craft. Meisner's lessons taught Peck that acting was not merely about portraying a character, but about genuinely connecting with inner emotions and with the audience. During these early days, Peck had to do many odd jobs, such as handing out flyers, giving tours at Rockefeller Center, and even modeling to make a living, while devoting all his remaining time to studying and performing. In 1941, Gregory Peck had his first stage role in George Bernard Shaw's play, The Doctor's Dilemma. Although this role did not bring him much acclaim, it was an important starting point that helped Peck better understand the path he was pursuing. He continued to seek opportunities, performing in Broadway plays like The Morning Star and The Willow and I. All these roles helped Peck hone his acting skills and establish his name within the New York artistic community. When World War II broke out, many actors of Peck's generation were drafted, but a back injury from an accident in a dance class with Martha Graham made him ineligible for military service. While some might have seen this as a setback, Peck saw it as an opportunity to fully focus on his acting career. At that time, Hollywood was in need of fresh talent, and Peck's strong appearance, combined with his authentic acting style, brought him to the attention of producers. Successful career. In 1947, Gregory Peck further solidified his reputation with Gentleman's Agreement, one of Hollywood's pioneering films in confronting the sensitive issue of racial discrimination. In the film, Peck played a journalist who disguised himself as Jewish to experience firsthand the prejudice in his own society. This role required not only acting talent, but also the courage to face societal challenges of the time. The film received 8 Oscar nominations and won Best Picture, and Peck regarded it as one of the most rewarding projects of his career. At the same time, Peck also experimented with a variety of roles to demonstrate his versatility as an actor. In Duel in the Sun, 1946, he portrayed a rebellious cowboy who challenged conventional moral standards, a character in stark contrast to the righteous roles he often took on. Although the film received mixed reviews, Peck's boldness in experimenting with complex characters caught the attention of audiences and critics. Throughout the late 1940s, Peck not only focused on his acting career but also contributed to the theater by co-founding the La Jolla Playhouse in his hometown. Alongside actors Mel Ferrer and Dorothy McGuire, Peck created a space where Hollywood actors could rest, find inspiration, and contribute to the theater. From performances at the La Jolla High School Auditorium to relocating to the University of California, San Diego in 1983, the La Jolla Playhouse became an important part of Peck's career, reflecting his deep connection to his roots and love for the stage. In 1949, Peck continued his success with 12 O'Clock High, a war film about leadership and the pressures faced by soldiers during World War II. Peck played an Air Force commander, blending strictness with compassion, once again showcasing his diverse acting skills. This role earned him his 4th Oscar nomination, and the film was also highly acclaimed both artistically and commercially. Entering the 1950s and 1960s, Gregory Peck not only maintained his status but also achieved continuous success. He became a cinematic icon, combining talent and an irresistible charm. This was the period when Peck truly reached the pinnacle of his career, leaving a lasting impression on audiences and critics alike. In 1951, Peck made his mark with Captain Horatio Hornblower, in which he portrayed a brave, steadfast, and responsible captain. This role helped reinforce his image as an actor who consistently played righteous and strong characters. The same year, he continued to impress audiences with David and Bathsheba, a biblical film in which he played King David, demonstrating his multidimensional acting ability in facing complex emotions and inner struggles. And one of the most iconic roles associated with Gregory Peck's name was Joe Bradley in Roman Holiday, 1953. Co-starring with Audrey Hepburn, the film told the story of a brief but romantic adventure between a reporter and a young princess in Rome. Roman Holiday not only achieved immense commercial success, but also earned Peck a Golden Globe Award. His portrayal of Joe Bradley showcased Peck's charm and humor, as well as his remarkable chemistry with Audrey Hepburn, making the film one of the classic works of world cinema. Throughout the 1960s, Peck continued to demonstrate his versatility in films such as The Guns of Navarone, 1961, Cape Fear, 1962, and The Omen, 1976. The Guns of Navarone was a major war film with dramatic action scenes, where Peck played Keith Mallory, a brilliant and courageous leader. The film was a great success both commercially and artistically, further cementing Peck's position as a leading actor in action and war films. However, the most iconic and enduring role of Gregory Peck's career was Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird, 1962. This role won him the Oscar for Best Actor and is considered the peak of Peck's career. Atticus Finch, a righteous lawyer fighting for justice amidst the racial prejudice of the American South, became a symbol of integrity and courage. Peck portrayed Atticus with authenticity, sensitivity, and love for his children, creating an exemplary image of a father and a hero in the eyes of the audience. This role not only earned him an Oscar, but also a BAFTA award and recognition by the American Film Institute as one of the greatest characters in cinema history. Throughout his career, Gregory Peck received numerous awards and recognitions. In addition to the Oscar and Golden Globe, He was also honored with the Screen Actors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award, the American Film Institute, AFI, Lifetime Achievement Award, and the National Medal of Arts in 1998. These awards not only celebrated his talent, but also acknowledged his contributions to cinema and society. Gregory Peck was not just a movie star, but also a symbol of integrity and courage. His success came not only from his acting talent, but also from his ability to convey deep messages and empathy for the characters he portrayed. With his captivating appearance, talent, and humility, Gregory Peck left an indelible mark as one of Hollywood's greatest legends. Personal life. Behind the glitz of a Hollywood star, Gregory Peck experienced a personal life full of ups and downs and complex relationships, no less dramatic than the roles he portrayed on screen. Peck married his first wife, Greta Kukkonen, in 1942, a Finnish-born businesswoman who was 5 years older than him. This marriage brought them 3 sons, Jonathan, Stephen, and Carrie Paul. However, their relationship did not escape turbulence, and their differences gradually became too great to reconcile. After 13 years together, Peck and Greta officially divorced in 1955. Despite this, they remained friends and maintained a good relationship for the sake of their children. Gregory Peck met his second wife, Veronique Passani, in 1952 when she, a French journalist, interviewed him for François. This meeting sparked a passionate romance between them, and just 2 years after his divorce from Greta, Peck and Veronique were officially married on New Year's Eve in 1955. Their love lasted for 48 years until Peck's death in 2003. This marriage brought them 2 children, Anthony and Cecilia Peck. Veronique was not only a devoted wife, but also a passionate supporter of art and charity. She helped co-found the Inner City Cultural Center in Los Angeles, established the Los Angeles Music Center, and was a longtime fundraiser for the Los Angeles Public Library. She and Gregory helped raise approximately $50 million for the American Cancer Society in the 1960s, affirming their important role in social and charitable activities. However, Peck's personal life was not just about love stories and successes. He also faced significant tragedies in his life. In 1975, his eldest son, Jonathan Peck, committed suicide at the age of 31, leaving an unhealable wound for Gregory and the family. Jonathan was born in 1944, a young man full of ambition and enthusiasm. After graduating from college, Jonathan chose a less trodden path, joining the Peace Corps and spending years in Tanzania developing an agricultural education program in Swahili. This demonstrated Jonathan's heart and dedication to helping the community. Upon returning to California, Jonathan pursued a career in the media, working at radio and television stations. However, behind the successful and responsible facade, Jonathan struggled with inner demons that few knew about. He was often haunted by negative thoughts and felt he was never good enough, despite being a dutiful son who always tried to live up to the values his father, Gregory Peck, had instilled in him. Jonathan had endured the heartbreak of a failed romantic relationship and battled arteriosclerosis, a condition that deteriorated his health and spirit. In the summer of 1975, during a night filled with despair and hopelessness, Jonathan chose to end his life with a gunshot at just 31 years old. This event was a tremendous shock for Gregory Peck and the family. Jonathan's death devastated Peck, who once shared in an interview, "The greatest regret of my life is that I wasn't there when he needed me most. If Jonathan could have called me and said, 'Everything's weighing on me, I can't take it anymore,' I would have said, 'Hold on, son, I'll be right there.'" After Jonathan's death, Gregory Peck took a 2-year break from his career to spend time with his family and heal himself from the pain. Those months were when Peck had to confront a sense of helplessness and an unfillable void. He sought solitude, staying away from Hollywood's spotlight, focusing solely on healing himself and his family. There were even reports that Peck had been hospitalized for psychological treatment because he couldn't bear the pressure of the loss. However, Gregory Peck's family tragedies did not end there. His youngest son, Anthony Peck, also went through difficult years battling alcohol addiction. In the 1990s, when Peck's career had reached a stable phase, he witnessed Anthony sinking into self-destructive behavior. Tony, as the family called him, was a promising young man, married to supermodel Cheryl Tiegs, and living in Hollywood's luxury. But behind the successful facade, Tony faced alcohol addiction, which continually damaged his relationships and led him to lose himself. The marriage to Cheryl Tiegs ended due to Tony's personal struggles. The divorce was not only an emotional wound, but also a wake-up call that made Tony reflect on his life and face his mistakes. During that time, Gregory Peck, having already endured the pain of losing Jonathan, remained by his side, striving to help his son overcome his difficulties. Tony realized that if he continued down that path, he might cause his father to suffer another heartbreaking loss. This realization motivated Tony to quit drinking, find balance in his life, and restart his career. Gregory Peck always tried to be an exemplary father, devoted to his remaining children. His second son, Stephen Peck, after trying his hand at acting, found his true passion in helping the community, particularly the homeless. Stephen became an influential social activist and spent much time working to improve the lives of society's disadvantaged. Cecilia Peck, the youngest child of Peck and Veronique, also followed her father's artistic path, becoming an actress and director, continuing to keep the artistic flame alive in the family. Although Gregory Peck's personal life was full of ups and downs and tragedies, he never let these sorrows defeat him. Instead, he faced everything with love, patience, and compassion. These losses made Gregory Peck stronger and gave him a deeper understanding of life, human values, and unconditional love. It was these qualities that made Gregory Peck not only a legend on screen, but also in everyday life. Influence and social contributions. Gregory Peck was not only a legend on the silver screen, but also a person with a profound influence on society, with significant contributions to political, social, and humanitarian activities. Despite his fame in the arts, Peck always paid special attention to the major issues of his time, and he was not afraid to use his voice to change perceptions and raise community awareness. As early as the 1940s, Peck became one of Hollywood's pioneers in fighting against injustice and oppression. In 1947, he openly confronted the House Un-American Activities Committee, a courageous move amid the tense atmosphere of the Red Scare. Peck believed that artists had a responsibility to protect the freedom of thought, and he was always ready to speak out for justice, regardless of the risks to his career. In the 1960s, as the United States was engulfed in the civil rights movement, Peck continued to prove himself as a pioneer not only on screen but also in society. His role in To Kill a Mockingbird was not just an artistic achievement, but also a statement for justice and equality. The character of Atticus Finch, portrayed by Peck, became a symbol of integrity and the spirit of fighting for what is right, inspiring generations of audiences to stand up against discrimination and injustice. In 1969, Gregory Peck was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the United States, by President Lyndon B. Johnson, recognizing his contributions to social progress and justice. Throughout his life, he devoted himself to charitable organizations and humanitarian activities. Peck served as president of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences and as chairman of the Board of Trustees of the American Film Institute. In these positions, he used his influence to support, protect, and promote the development of cinematic art while contributing to the preservation and honoring of human values. Additionally, Peck actively supported the anti-Vietnam War campaign. Knowing that speaking out would provoke controversy and even hostility from those with opposing views, Peck remained steadfast in his stance. He publicly opposed the war while expressing empathy and support for the soldiers who served. His son, Stephen Peck, also served in the military in Vietnam, and Gregory Peck always sought to balance his anti-war stance with his patriotism by supporting veterans and related charitable organizations. Furthermore, Peck and his wife, Veronique Passani, helped raise approximately $50 million for the American Cancer Society in the 1960s. Veronique was also a great partner in Peck's charitable activities, and together they co-founded the Inner City Cultural Center in Los Angeles, aiming to provide artistic opportunities to underprivileged communities, particularly people of color and immigrants. One of Peck's most important contributions was using his own voice to support young artists and independent filmmakers. As chairman of the Board of Trustees of the American Film Institute, Peck created numerous opportunities for young talents to express themselves and unleash their creativity. He always believed that cinematic art needed to continue evolving and innovating, and he played a vital role in establishing training programs and supporting new talent in the industry. Later years and legacy. After stepping away from acting in the late 1990s, Peck shifted his focus to family life and charitable activities. Although he had retired from the silver screen, Peck maintained his presence in the entertainment industry through events, award ceremonies, and the social activities he was passionate about. Peck cherished the moments spent with his family. He often spent time with his children and grandchildren, continuing to pass on the values he believed in. Stephen Peck, his son, once shared that Gregory Peck was a good father, and his later years were a time for Peck to truly devote himself to his family and loved ones. He played tennis with Stephen, had lunch together, and enjoyed life in a simple and meaningful way, while also having the opportunity to be close to his grandchildren. Peck's presence in family life was not only as a father and grandfather, but also as an example of patience and kindness. In 2003, Gregory Peck passed away peacefully in his sleep at his home in Los Angeles after a short bout of pneumonia. He died at the age of 87, leaving behind deep respect and sorrow in the hearts of his loved ones and admirers. Veronique, his wife of nearly 50 years, remained by his side, caring for him until his final moments. Peck's funeral became an event that brought together many of Hollywood's biggest stars, who came to pay their respects to a symbol of American cinema. Notable figures like Harrison Ford, Tony Danza, Michael York, and Harry Belafonte were present to bid a final farewell to their dear friend and colleague. After Gregory Peck's death, his family established the Gregory Peck Award for Cinematic Excellence to honor his legacy. This award was initially presented at the Dingle International Film Festival in Peck's ancestral hometown of Dingle, Ireland, before moving to the San Diego International Film Festival in 2014, the city where he was born and raised. The award has honored many significant names in the film industry, including Gabriel Byrne, Laura Dern, Alan Arkin, Annette Bening, and Patrick Stewart. These recipients are proof of the continuation of the legacy that Gregory Peck left behind, a sincere love and wholehearted dedication to the art. Gregory Peck's legacy is not limited to the awards and achievements he received, but also lies in the profound influence he had on generations of actors and audiences. The character of Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird is one of the roles he portrayed with all his heart, becoming a model for those fighting for justice. This role was ranked by the American Film Institute as one of the greatest film characters of all time and deeply etched in the public's memory as an image of a courageous lawyer unafraid to confront injustice. Gregory Peck is remembered not only for his outstanding performances, but also for his compassionate heart and passion for addressing the world's major issues. He proved that a Hollywood star could not only shine on screen, but also become a guiding light for the underprivileged, for humanitarian values, and for those seeking justice and compassion in life. His legacy is a testament to the power of art and humanity, a legacy that no time can ever erase. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more exciting content. Leave a comment and share your thoughts. See you in the next video. Goodbye.